as well get mine while I could, while I interface while my family of four is here in our living quarters or whatnot. And we're looking at commercials. This dude obviously has a shin splint or something, if you will. And I wore orthotics myself. So let's get back to like working out or whatnot. So say if you have to brace yourself in that, do you brace yourself or do you just kind of go for it? Because if you're about to hit a tree, are you going to protect your package from making sure that you don't damage your package? But anyway, and so let's say okay, so here it is. Let's put another spin on it. Here we go. There's cannabis and whatnot and other things. Let's say New Year's Eve, right? Okay. Let's say, do you have anything more than acquaintances? Do you have anything more than convenient transactions and stuff like that? I'm like, well, I'm a pretty loyal person, you know what I'm saying? And, to speak from a family person's point of view, like a son or mother or whatnot, if you will, and just to put it in whatever tips alone, okay, I would like to say just in general is you might think I'm lying, but in general, let's look what he's talking about. In general, let's take the example of like what it is I did to delve into a certain situation where I needed to survive or whatnot, to have a shell over myself to do certain things. Now, my mom, don't worry about that because that's just in strengths. But in general, if I say the whole course of what I'm talking about, and anything like that, let's say the whole shell of it, of not to what outside lines. Let's say I have no idea what I'm talking about, but let's just say in general. Let's actually look at the content of what they're talking about. And let's say what it is, the hypocrisy of the situation and what it is. Okay, so let's say this person, okay, this person has a nice sweater on, right? It looks like a nice wool cotton sweater, right? You know what I'm saying? Nice cardigan or whatnot, right? Let's look at the hypocrisy. Let's look at the panic on or whatnot, right? Let's look at other things. Let's look at like the nature of a OG, if you will, if I can say that, original person, if you will, as from an immigrant point of view, standpoint, and stuff like that, raising in such a situation, right? Now let's look at the hypocrisy of the situation of double standards or whatnot. Let's look at the hypocrisy of like imbalances or whatnot. Let's look at the hypocrisy of like saying like, okay, we're gonna take over things and such, and let's look at let's put a spin on of race. Let's put discrimination and other things, among other things, and crimes and whatnot, right? And let's put hypocrisy on top of things, okay? So let's say, well, what is it that you're so complacent? What do you complain about the most about? Well, I have a mental condition. That's one thing that I have that I'm predisposed to, and also hypocrisy is it is difficult for me to take care of my mother in her older age. And not saying she's like an invalid or whatnot, but it is difficult because of my mental capacities alone. And my mom's laughs like that because they're saying she's part of the inclusive nature of this nucleus of this blog that I'm putting up. But the hypocrisy alone of it is this person has a nice sweater on. Now, that doesn't matter because that's what that is. Okay, so now let's go ahead and let's keep it on the hypocrisy table and whatnot. And they got nice fiberglass. And you say, oh yeah, we're having fun now, Wall. Are you good? This is what you're doing, right? And look at that. He has fiberglass tables and whatnot and all that and everything. And let's just listen on him what he's talking about. And so, let's listen on what I'm talking about. And okay, and so we say here, so the policy is basically in a Western civilization such as the United States, or a capitalist, whether a venture capitalist, revisionist capitalist, as opposed to a socialist party government, the zenith to which a person reaches on a personal level is determined in the family nucleus, in my example, by how things turned out. Now, my mom went ahead and chose, let's say, I'm gonna let America raise Walter and stuff like that and such like that and such that. With their own sacrifices alone. The hypocrisy of it alone is that we're looked at and critiqued in such a way that it is looked at. I mean, you know, in the opposite way. I mean, ridiculed, or if you will, in a way that's like you know what I'm saying? That just kind of like just is the total opposite of what they're trying to achieve in the United States here. And so it's basically, it's like a confusion of thought, and it's a conflation of thought of what I was trying to say. Was basically what I was trying to say. So the hypocrisy of it is that it's a success, but at the same time, it's not a success because of the ridicule that we take as a nucleus of a family to attain such success. So the whole struggle of the idea of it is that that's just it. That's what it is. And so if I was to be born in the Soviet Union, if I was to be born in China or whatever it is like that, maybe things would have turned out different. But such is not the case because it did not happen. So it cannot even be speculated in that way. So that's just straight null and void right there. So it is what it is, and that's how we go. That's basically how that goes.